Oh, Hitaku. Assalamualaikum. Namaste. Harunata. This is Qesankh with a in the field report video. I'm at the airport here, waiting for my flight home. I'm going to be taking two flights, and it's not going to be fun. But the reason I came out here was because I know I probably look tired and everything, so I had a major court case. So we came out here for the court case, which went extraordinarily well. We won. Um, and I had to give my attorney thanks um, for pulling this off. And I wanted to give you a quick message about this and how we did it. So, magic is you. It's a natural part of who you are. What is unnatural is you thinking you're the body, the Geb, thinking that you're a limited being, thinking that you don't have any powers. You are an extraordinary being. I was watching this woman, and she's a spiritualist, and she's talking about love, and power of love, and this and that. And it's just a bunch of poppycock. That's just some keywords to kind of make you think that she's spiritual and make you think that she has some knowledge. You are magic, and that's a natural extension of who you are and what you are. And leading up to this court case, we had did rituals and meditations. We had did oracle readings to divine what deity was governing our success. And it was so extraordinary what happened. We literally walked in, and I would say 15 minutes later, we walked out victorious. I'm not going to go into the whole gist of it. And I was really, really concerned because it would have been a major, big loss for me. And the attorney was so good. He was like, he was Sebek all the way. And I thanked him. But I also knew that I had to give thanks and praise to the gods. And also, this wouldn't happen if I didn't rely on magic to make it happen and dedication. And after it was over, we didn't boast and go, oh, we won, we won. No, no, no. We just went and said thank you to the gods and did an oracle reading on what we need to learn from this experience in order to move forward. And one of the things that we learned was that give your magic time to work. Do the preparation. Do the work. You see, I got a lot of students that come to work with me to learn from me. And most of them want to learn like things like hypnosis and how to attract women or how to make money. And there's a theme that runs throughout, and I see it often, is that they don't put the necessary work in. They're not disciplined. They want overnight results. And for this, we had to engage some priest in New York. They had to do their preparation work, and as well as some in Vegas. It was a combined effort. So with that, we were successful, and we would have been successful if it wasn't for us doing that work and believing that the magic was going to work. We went into the courtroom confident. Sorry, my phone is like shaking. So we went into the courtroom confident, and um, it went extremely well for us. So you've got to put the work in. You've got to put the work in. If I'm meditating at least 4 or 5 hours a day to create the world that I want, world building. You must understand that reality doesn't exist apart from the observer. Everything that you see around you is what you create. It's all an illusion, it's all Maya. And I remember really focusing on the idea it was Maya and telling my students it was Maya. And that very night I went out and I met this girl and I said, what is your name? She goes, my name is Maya. And that was a communication from the gods that, hey, you know what, you're on the right path. You've got to dig in to the books, learn magic, and then give it time to work. If you get a court case tomorrow, well, don't expect your magic to mushroom that quickly. We were preparing for this for 2 months in advance, and we knew what our court date was. So we got the necessary herbs and candles and everything. There's this cute baby running around. She's like looking at me, keeps waving. But anyway, I digress. So I took this long flight out here um, for this court case. I was dedicated to I don't want to say winning, but to have justice prevail, because I knew I was in the right. I knew I'd been wrong, and I had diviners who were above me doing readings, because they're going to ask, well, we'll work with you and do the readings and do the rituals, but are you in the right? And I said, yes, I am. And they do the readings to make sure I'm in the right. And then that's when they proceed to work the magic. You can have anything you want that is within your destiny. And if you don't know your destiny reading, shame on you, because you should know that. You should know that. You should do a destiny reading. But you can have anything you want that's within your destiny, because when you see her, she's running. There she is. Okay, there she is. Okay. You can have anything you want as long as you know magic, as long as you're a practitioner of magic. And you don't have to know high magic. You can study enough just to get you the things that you want and be happy in life. But too many people, they'll do a meditation here, they'll do a meditation there, and they'll forget, and then they expect to see some results. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to see any results. What results are you going to see when you're so inconsistent? It's a way of life. It's not something that you pick up or you break glass in case of emergency. No, it doesn't work that way. It is a way of life that you live. And when you're living it according to Ma'at, then the things that you want are going to come to you. So if somebody wrongs you, then your recourse is magic. This is why I take umbrage with the civil rights movement, the Black Lives Matter, and thinking that the protesting is going to get the other side to see the light of day and say we were wrong and we've been oppressing you. They're not going to change. They're not going to change because they're reaping too many benefits in being in the way they are and at the position of power that they are. The only way they're going to change is through magic. You see, the pieces of this puzzle are put together based on your belief system. And that's what it is. It's a gigantic puzzle. And each piece comes into play depending on how strong your belief systems are. If you support the current judicial system that is corrupt, then you're not going to get a favorable result. But if you turn to God and turn to magic, and you know that nothing is real, that is open to your influence, is open to your ability to change, then you're a master. Then you're doing some real high magic there. Let me say that again. If you understand that this reality is not real, and that it's a product of your belief system, and that it's open to your influence, then you're practicing magic. Because when you start to change your belief system, when you start to meditate on seeing world building, seeing the world that you want, seeing the circumstances that you want, and you're consistent with your meditations and you're consistent with your rituals, then everything is going to align according to your desire. Right now, you're being fooled into manifesting a reality that is what the ruling elite, the Illuminati, wants. They're using your magic, they're using you as a proxy, as a conduit to manifest their reality. You need to cut them off and now work for yourself and say, listen, I no longer am going to be used by them. I'm going to create the world I want. Does that make sense? Just think about that. Again, most of the people that I work with have the ability to do wondrous things, but they don't because they're not consistent with it. They'll do a ritual here and then drop it and then expect something to happen in 2 or 3 weeks. Or come back and say to me, well, why isn't this working? You should be meditating on what you want every day, whether it be a girl, guy, money, car, plane, train, whatever. You should be meditating on seeing yourself in that car every day until it comes to fruition. And you don't stop until it shifts from the alternate plane of possibilities to this so-called reality. Because everything exists as a probability. We look at the matrix. And what is the matrix? It's nothing but code with numbers. Really what it is just infinite possibilities. And the minute that you decide that you want something, and your belief system is strong enough and you're consistent with it, then that soup of infinite possibilities collapses into a singularity of the one possibility where what you want. And it comes into manifestation. It's that simple. There's no other way of putting it. There's no other secret formula to it. Now, there may be ways to speed up a little bit, but inevitably you're dealing with the fourth dimension here. Three dimensions of space and time. You have to give it time. And that is something that we in this microwave society don't abide by because we want everything so quick, so expedient. We don't want to give anything time. We go see Doctor Strange and we see how he manifests things through hand movements very quickly. We don't understand that that's a movie. So so give it time and it will work. My plane is coming. Long ride home, a long flight home. I'm meditating on the way. I'll just be in meditation the whole flight. I have a one stop in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't think I've ever been there. It's a layover about an hour, and then I'm out. And then another about 3 hours from there. Meditate 3 hours on the plane. There's always objectives. There's always things you're going to want in life. And to get them, you have to meditate. You have to perform rituals. Bring others into the fold because the Bible says that two more agree, so shall it be. I'm paraphrasing. But the more you can bring people with a similar belief system as you, the quicker what you want will manifest. So think about everything I've said today. Ponder it, and if you have any questions, reach out to me. This is Qesankh Makapura, son of Ma and Tahiti Ma, as we forgot to say to my video. Stay strong, work your magic. I'm in Ra.